So I just want to thank you guys for having us today. I'm really blessed to be here. My name is Meghan, and I'm 22 years old, and I was born in Scarborough. I have 2 older brothers and 2 younger sisters. While growing up, both my parents were alcoholics, and they also smoked marijuana. At the age of 9, I found out that the man I thought was my father wasn't. Until this day, I do not know who my real father is. Later on, my mom left the man I called Dad and quit drinking and packed all her 5 children up and moved to Cambridge. This caused me to feel rejected and unloved, so I began to disrespect people in authority and disregard any feelings of the people around me. Growing up, my home life was very dysfunctional. I didn't do well in school and didn't have nice things like I thought everyone else did. At a young age, I got very curious with men twice my age. I started smoking cigarettes, marijuana, drinking, and skipping school. My mom couldn't handle me because I was getting out of control, so she kicked me out. And I moved into a shelter. I got arrested the first couple of nights at the shelter for beating some girl up, and I went to jail. I got out and got probation. I kept breaking my probation orders, and I went back to jail, and my mom bailed me out, and through the courts, I was placed on house arrest. House arrest was tough. I kept breaking the rules, and I always left my house and got caught. From the age 12 to 14 years old, I spent numerous occasions in and out of jail. I started attending this youth center called Youth for Christ. And every day after school, they had a drop-in center where kids would go and hang out on the computers, play pool, and before closing, they would have us watch these videos called I Am Second. I wasn't taught anything about God growing up, so hearing about God was all new for me. And I remember thinking that all these people were crazy. My family and the guy that ran the youth center became very close, and they were teaching us about God. I met my first boyfriend when I was 15. The first day when I met Lance, I walked into the relationship only knowing what marijuana looked like. Lance was addicted to heroin, and his dad was a drug dealer. Lance and I were into criminal activity and got sent to jail. We were both placed on house arrest with no contact. Lance and I were breaking my court orders and found ourselves in and out of jail. One day I was at his house, and I was supposed to be at my house on house arrest. Later on that night, his house got raided. I knew I was going to jail for a while. The SWAT team was involved in dragging me out of the closet. I was on the ground, and I remember looking up to 10 SWAT guys around me with their guns drawn on me to stay still. It is a lot funnier watching this kind of stuff on TV, but when it happens to you in real life, it's not so funny at all. Lance and I continued to have a no contact order between us. In 2012, I got baptized as a Christian from one of the guys from Youth for Christ. I thought if I became a Christian, then I would automatically be happy, because everyone that I knew from Youth for Christ was always happy. And I thought I would never see inside a jail cell ever again. Boy, was I ever wrong. I became a Christian for all the wrong reasons. The no contact order still didn't stop us. I was addicted to crack cocaine, and Lance was addicted to heroin. We had no money one day, and Lance told me if I loved him, then I would go and prostitute for money and come and bring him the money for drugs, so I did. At this time, I had no more involvement with Youth for Christ. I ended all contact with them. Lance and I were living in a crack house shortly after I found out I was pregnant with my son Honor in 2013. And the first day I found out I was pregnant, I quit smoking crack, and I continued to live in a crack house watching other pregnant women smoke crack and crystal meth. I woke up one morning and I felt disgusted with myself, and I moved into a women's shelter for mothers. Living in a shelter with other pregnant women and babies was hard. I got kicked out when Honor was 4 months old. I moved in with my mom for a week, and I got my own apartment with Honor. Family and Child Services caught me smoking weed. And 4 years ago today, I lost Honor.
Very tough.
Lost Honor when he was 4 months old. He was placed in foster care for 2 months, and then he moved in with my mom when he was 6 months old. I lost hope when I started using drugs again. I cheated on Lance, and him and I grew apart. I found out I was pregnant with my second baby. I went to a 30-day rehab center, and I got kicked out on the 6th day. I called the shelter, explained my situation to them, and they opened the doors to me again for a second chance. Lance and I were completely finished, and we went our own ways. In 2014, I then gave birth to my second son, Chance, and I kept him after birth in my care. Chance's name means something to me. He was my second chance at being a mother. I graduated grade 12 when I got my own 2-bedroom apartment with Chance, and I left the shelter on good terms. I slowly gained my family back. I was listening to get on her back. Family and children services are really proud of me because I was showing progress and I was changing my life around. In 2015, I then met this guy. He moved in with me. And not knowing he was robbing banks behind my back. I went to court during that time for my children. And the judge told me to come back in 27 days. She couldn't wait to send me back custody of honor. I was happy. At that time, I was 2 years clean, and I worked really hard to get where I was. The amount of sleepless nights I spent working on getting honor back, and to finally hear that I was finally going to have him back with me, was the happiest day of my life. But the next day, my life changed. My house got raided, and my boyfriend got arrested for bank robberies. Family Insurance Services got called, and I looked like a bad mother for bringing my children around a bank robber. But I had no clue what he was doing. I then felt like I needed a man to make me happy, and because my boyfriend was in jail, I felt like I had no one. I then gave a chance to my mom, and I relapsed. And I met this guy that was a drug dealer. Time went on, I wasn't getting better. I became an escort, and I had a pimp. One day I was walking by the youth center hungry and sick. I seen the guy that worked there. He offered me something to eat, and then started talking to me about Teen Challenge. He said, if I go to Teen Challenge, he'll pay for me. Right away I said, is Teen Challenge about God? He said, yes. I got mad and told him not to call my mom and tell her about it. There was no way I was going to a 12-month rehab center about God. Months later, I got arrested with domestic, and my boyfriend got sentenced to some jail time. I had no money and no one to help me get him sick. So I started my withdrawal process, and I got off heroin, crack, and crystal meth. My mom found out about Teen Challenge, and then I started my intake process at Teen Challenge at the end of March 2016. Throughout my intake process with Teen Challenge, I got evicted from my apartment, and I lost everything. I then moved into a women abuse shelter, and I was waiting for my start date to come to Teen Challenge. At the end of June, I signed my rights over to my mom, and I no longer have any say over my children. I said goodbye to my children, and I walked into the doors of Teen Challenge July 7, 2016. With everything that went on in my life, I didn't believe in God. Walking into the doors of Teen Challenge, I had no hope and no faith. I was broken. But being here so far is helping me build back my relationships with my family and my children slowly. This isn't a dead end, this is where I needed to go. I wasn't sure about praying when I got here, but my first prayer was that my son Honor got excited to talk to me when I called him. The first couple of times when I called him, he wasn't excited. So I prayed and I asked God to soften Honor's heart. A week later when I called him, he got really excited to talk to me. And that was the moment when I first started to believe in God. Youth for Christ has been a big support for me, and I realize now that God has been calling me to Him for a very long time, and I was too blind to see. I never knew what love was, but being here at Teen Challenge has made me realize that the Christians from Youth for Christ love me so much that they paid for me to be here right now. God placed them in my life for a reason, and I thank God for that. Acts 20-24. However, I consider my life as nothing to me. My only aim is to finish the race, complete the task, Teen Challenge, the Lord Jesus has given me. The task of testifying to the good news of God's grace. I might not be where I want to be, but I thank God I'm not where I used to be, because I'm right where I should be. Thank you.